According to the NCAA, the odds of filling out the perfect bracket are roughly 1 in 9.2 quintillion or 1 in 120.2 billion if the person has basketball knowledge. Basketball knowledge? That's exactly what we got on this channel. So today we're trying to put together the perfect March Madness bracket. I am extremely excited about this. This year is like no other year. You know, previous years we've done this challenge and I was just purely guessing. Today, it's not purely guessing. It's still like 90% guessing. But I did watch a good amount of college basketball this season. So some of these teams I recognize, some of these teams I've seen before, some of the players I've seen before. So hopefully that helps me have a better bracket. Let's see. Now, realistically, putting together a bracket is mostly trying to pick the cool upsets. That's the way I look at it. Be one of the people that pick the random team to go to the Sweet 16. I remember a few years ago we did one, and that was the year Loyola Chicago went on that run. That's probably 5 years ago now. My daughter wasn't even born then, so I'm still riding that high. And hopefully I do a little bit better this time around. Okay, like I said, I've watched some good college basketball. So let's start off with Auburn versus Alabama State. Just watch Alabama State get that game winner. Shout out to them. They were so happy. Too bad they're going to lose in the first round. Then we got Louisville versus Creighton. These 9-8 matchups to go either way. Let's see what this preview really say. The preview doesn't tell me anything other than Louisville is a favorite just by a little bit, 2.5 spread. They do have this big fella who won DPOY in his conference 100 years in a row. I'm going to go with Creighton, man. I'm going to go with Creighton. This is one a lot of people are picking. UC San Diego made the tourney for the first time in history. Right now, Michigan is only 2.5 point favorite right now. That's pretty interesting. But I think the size of Danny Wolf and our guy Golden is going to be just a little bit much for this small team here. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of rooting for UC San Diego. So wait, hold on. Do we want to make the perfect bracket or do we want to make the cool bracket? Because those are two totally different things. I think it's cool to see the 10-12, a 5-12 matchup happen and the 5 loses. Michigan is riding a high. They just won the Big Ten tournament, had 3 really big wins after a couple weeks of them looking not so great. So will we get the not so great version of them or the team that just won the Big Ten? I'm going to go with that. I'm going to take Yale over Texas A&M. Why, you ask? Because I ain't picked the upset just yet. And you trying to tell me I'm going to go 4 games in a row without picking the upset? Nah. Right now, Texas A&M are an 8-point, around a 7.5 point favorite. Again, none of that really matters. This is March, baby. Yale lost to the UIC Flames. That's crazy because I think they stink this year. I ain't watched a single game. I'm just going off reputation. They lost to Minnesota by 3. They lost to Rhode Island. And their big wins are just in-conference wins. I don't really love that. A&M has a win against Purdue. They have a win against Texas and Texas Tech. And, they beat Auburn? Hold on. Texas A&M can be frustrating despite the strong record. They lead the nation of offensive rebound and a large part of their worst shooting in the SEC. Boom. That's all I need to hear. I'm going with Yale. They're the worst shooting team. They about to have another one of those stinkers. Yale, I don't know what they do. Wait, what does Yale do well? Let's figure out. Bulldogs play smart brand of basketball. Shocking, we know. Oh, because they're in the Ivy League. Of course they're smart. They shoot the ball well. Don't turn it over. Grab the glass. They might go to the Sweet 16 based off that excerpt alone. They ain't got no big wins, but I'm going with it right now. I was surprised by North Carolina making it. They proved me wrong by beating San Diego State by a gazillion points, but I'm still going to go Ole Miss here. Lipscomb versus Iowa State. Iowa State is one of those teams that I did not watch any of this season. They have close losses to Auburn. They beat Baylor and Kansas and Marquette and Arizona. One of the most well-balanced teams in this tournament. Defense is the backbone. What about Lipscomb? What do we need to know about them? They they beat Watford. They lost to Arkansas. Ugh. Well, let's be real. The resume for these mid-major and smaller conference teams, they're not going to have wins against Auburn. So I need to stop thinking about that, right? Their record didn't have it, or their schedule didn't have them play a bunch of those type of teams. They possesses Lipscomb possesses some of the qualities that look at potential bracket busters. They shoot well from everywhere. They rely on a three-pointer, and they limit turnovers. I'm telling you, bro, those good three-pointed shooting teams are the ones. I think Iowa State has an injury, right? One of their guards is out too, if I'm not mistaken. However, the second scorer is ruled out for the season. See, I be knowing what I'm talking about sometime. I'm going with the upset. Lipscomb. They said they shoot the ball well. Let's not shit the bed. Next, we got Marquette versus New Mexico. I've watched Marquette a good amount this season. I didn't love what I see. They do have an NBA player, but people are telling me about this Donovan Dent kid. I have not seen him play, but they said, Kenny, you got to lock in a Donovan Dent. So maybe I should just ride with them for that. They do have a couple good wins here. San Diego State, Utah State, and then UCLA. They lost by double digits to St. John's. They beat VCU. Okay, wait a minute. Is this an upset pick for me? Right now, it's only a 3.5-point spread. So, like the bettors, oh my God, that's a lot of losses. But then again, it's St. John's. St. John's is a good basketball team. They lost to Creighton. Hey, upset alert. New Mexico, we advance it, baby. Bryant versus Michigan State. One of my big college basketball homies, Christian, was telling us that Bryant could make some noise here. I don't trust it. Michigan State played too good of basketball this year. All right, so that's the whole first round of the South Division. Or South Division? No, it's not Division. South Side? Nope. South Quadrant. We'll go with that. We're going to take Duke over whoever wins out of America, and I forget what this even stands for. We're going to take Baylor over Michigan State because I really want to see VJ versus Cooper Flagg. That's the only reason. I want to see two top 5 players go against each other. Liberty versus Oregon. I feel like you have to pick at least 1, 5, 12, right? You got to pick at least one. Is it Liberty? What do we know about Liberty? What is their brand of basketball? They beat Kansas State, Charleston. They beat McNeese. McNeese is one of the mid-majors that everybody's in love with. One of the hallmarks of potential double-digit seed upset is a team that plays slow, shoots the three-point often, and efficiently hopes. I don't like slow teams, bro. I do not like slow teams. Does Oregon play slow? Oregon beat Maryland, which is a good win. They beat Alabama, great win. Wisconsin, okay, continues to churn out 20-plus wins under UG. You know what, Oregon? I'm sorry. Give me Liberty, man. Give me Liberty and give me peace if you know, you know. I'm going to go Akron here. I think Akron is one of them teams that I'm rolling with this whole time. It might be stupid. I watched them play once in their tournament, and I fell in love with the team. I ain't going to lie to you. If there's anybody for me to just root for, I'm going for the Zips. Go Zips, go Zips. Caleb Love been in college for too damn long anyway. 9% chance of winning. The 4 seed have won almost 80% of meetings with the 13. Don't like those odds. Zips, go Zips, baby. Because then you got them versus Liberty, and that means I'm saying the Zips are going to make it to the conference finals. BYU versus VCU. I liked BYU this year because I was watching mostly for Demon. But I thought they had a chance to do some cool things, but VCU is a really good team, bro. VCU is a really good team. I might have to go VCU here. What the odds say? Almost 50-50. Actually, VCU is the favorite here? Wow, that's insane. The last time a 6 seed won all 4 meetings with 11 seed was in 2004. So they're just saying one of these is going to hit. I'm going VCU over BYU. Even though I do believe BYU, if BYU wins this game, I feel like they could go to the Sweet 16, but maybe I'm tripping. Wisconsin versus Montana. Give me Wisconsin. Vandy versus St. Mary's. I don't think I watched either of these two teams this year. So I'm just out here shooting. Vandy is in Vandy is in the SEC, so they played some good competition all season long. They beat Tennessee, they beat the Wildcats, they beat A&M, and right now, okay, I'm just gonna go with St. Mary's. I don't know, the small markets, the mid-major teams be doing it. And Robert Morris not beating Alabama, at least I don't think so. All right, so that's done. We picked 2 upsets there, baby. 3 upsets in that. Oh man, Duke gonna have a cakewalk. If I pick 3 upsets in their side, sorry, Duke might be going to the championship. Florida. I'm gonna go UConn here. I think Fears can be interesting, but I also think that UConn they're smart enough to make Fears play defense. Fears don't play no goddamn defense, so they might make his draft stock drop. I'm going Colorado State here. I like Neek. I'm interested in him, and then if I'm not mistaken, Memphis is missing a player. I think they're missing one of their guards. Yes, Tyrese Hunter's out. It says, not officially. It says, look out for the status. I'm still going to go with the upside here. Give me Neek and them. Colorado State goes there. Grand Canyon is one of the ones people have been telling me about. I love Maryland, though, so I'm going Maryland. Fingers crossed. I really do love that Maryland team. That's one. I've watched mostly Illinois and Maryland. Those are my 2 watch teams this year. It's easy to watch Big Ten basketball here in Chicago. So Drake versus Missouri. I don't know anything about Missouri either. Drake feel like they just a team that gonna do something. 30% chance. I like a 30% chance. That's so stupid. I like a 30% chance. Drake? I'm going with Drake. Give me Texas Tech, Kansas, or Arkansas. I guess I'll go Kansas. I don't love it. And then I'm going to go St. John's. The defense is going to be too much. This side of the bracket, give me Houston. Give me the Zags. Give me... I don't know if McNeese can do it again, bro. I don't know if McNeese can do it. I like them. You got the one homie with all the aura. I'm gonna go against my gut and say, or I'm gonna go with my gut and go with Clemson here. High Point versus Purdue. Pierre, my cousin, is telling everybody in the world that that's his big pick. I'm gonna ride with Cuzzo. He watched more college ball than I did this year, and every year basically. Texas and Xavier versus Illinois. Illinois, again, I watched them a ton this season. If the shot is falling, they're a really good team. They are prone to not have the shot falling. In this game, I think if Texas win, I'm a little bit afraid of them. But if it's not Texas, I'm going Illinois. Troy versus Kentucky. Is Kentucky going to lose early? I think Kentucky's also dealing with some injuries as well, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe okay, maybe it's not them. If that's not the case, then give me Kentucky. Kentucky's going to move on here. UCLA versus Utah State. The reason I'm laughing, because we just did a little something. There was like a TikTok. Everybody picked a team that they think gonna win. Mike said UCLA. I didn't realize UCLA was a 7 seed. He'd just be talking. They might lose first round. They say 30% chance. Give me an upset, baby. And then I'm going Tennessee over Watford. Okay, so now we're down to the second round. Let's go back to the top of the bracket. I'm gonna go Auburn here. This is a good matchup. Danny Wolf went to Yale, if I'm not mistaken. So a little revenge for Danny Wolf or revenge for Yale for him leaving. I don't know. I feel like we need some people in the Sweet 16, but I'm going to go with the higher seed there. Lipscomb versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss is that team for me. Michigan State over New Mexico. Then we go to Florida. Then we go on Maryland. Yep. And then I can't even see. My mic is in the way. What's that? Drake. I'm going Texas Tech. Give me the defense of St. John's, baby. St. John's is going to the Sweet 16, y'all. Yeah. Then we go to this side of the bracket. Duke. Yep. I'm going Akron. Then we gonna go, am I going for another, this side of the bracket gonna have some big upsets, huh? I'm going VCU here too. Yup. We got 2 double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16, and then I'm going Bama. I don't like the fact that all the 1s and 2s are still alive right now. Somebody got to get eliminated, right? Is St. Mary's good enough to beat Alabama? They saying no. I mean, but kinda. I don't like the fact that all the 1s and 2s are here. Now, Mark Sears is one of the best point guards in the nation. This is a tough part for me. Because it's fun to pick an upset in the first round and so on and so forth. But once we get to it, bro, these top seeds in my mind just be winning, but they don't. They don't. Objectively, I don't think there's a world where all the 1s and 2s are in the Sweet 16. Somebody's going to have to get upset. I just don't know how to figure out who that is. Like Houston, I'm like, ooh, Gonzaga versus Houston is interesting, but it's not. Houston's so damn good. Houston advances. High Point versus Clemson. I'm going to go Clemson. I'm going to go with my biases and put Illinois in the Sweet 16. They don't deserve it at all. Like I said, it's hit or miss, and Lord knows they missed a lot. Tennessee versus Utah State. Yeah, how do I not pick Tennessee? My bracket sucks. I already hate my bracket. We're down to the Sweet 16 and not a single big one is falling. Guess what? I'm going to start making stuff happen. Boom. Ole Miss over Michigan State. Sorry, Izzo. Duke advances. Bama advances. I can't pick an 11 seed to get to the Elite 8, right? Yeah. It could happen, though, obviously. Maryland over Florida. Can I go Maryland over Florida? Talk to me. The number 1s have lost 3 of the 5 meetings to the 4 seeds since 2022. Prior to that, the 1 seeds were 9-0. They're telling me to take Maryland, even though Florida's like the hottest team in basketball right now. Florida's like the hottest team in basketball. I'm taking Maryland. The go Crabs. What do they do? I don't know. And Texas Tech over St. John's. I think that defense is gonna start to waver later in the series. I'm just talking. I'm trying to get fake analysis. Houston and Tennessee. So now we're down to Bama versus Duke. I can't help but to take Duke, man. I'm sorry. It's unlikely. It's super unlikely. Auburn. What is Ole Miss up to, dog? I don't know anything about Ole Miss, and somehow I found a way for them to be in my Elite 8. I don't know anything about these guys. Maryland versus Tech. Ooh, 50-50 split here. I like that. JT Toppin versus Derek Queen. Guess what? I got Texas Tech. And then we're gonna go. I really like Tennessee, man. I really do like Tennessee. I love Zakai Ziegler, Short King stand up. Houston is so good though, bro. Houston is so good. They lost 4 games. Who did they lose to again? They lost 4 total games against Auburn, the team that was number 1 for a long time. And then Bama. Like, this team doesn't lose, bro. They legitimately are just that good. But for the sake of the content, give me the 2 seed advancing. And in this case, I'm going to take Auburn. So I got 2 1s, a 2 and a 3. I'm going to take Duke. I'm going to take Auburn. And I'm going to take Duke to win. How boring is that? The number 1 overall seed wins, huh? In my previous bracket, Florida won. But how am I going to get my my crabs in there if they got to go through Florida? What do the odds say? 25% chance, I'll take that chance. Perfect bracket. Call it. Yeah, no, I'm almost positive that 90% of this bracket is going to be dead by Saturday. So, hey, it is what it is. If you enjoyed it, leave it a like. What's your sleeper team? What is your sleeper team? Even if you don't watch. Again, I only watched a handful of games, but damn it, I got some sleeper teams in there. Shout out Maryland, even though it's not really a sleep. I don't know. I'll see y'all tomorrow or some other day.